I put a microchip in my arm and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards. I put a microchip. The government has frozen my bank account and it can freeze yours too. You have to listen to my story quick and fast because time is running out. A few days ago, I made a post on social media about a danger of having a chip implanted in my arm. I thought I was exercising my right to free speech. This morning I woke up only to find that the video I posted was gone, and it was just the beginning of the nightmare. As I was trying to pay for my coffee, the microchip in my arm stopped working. I couldn't even pay for anything. And when I got back to my apartment, it locked me out too. Everything was in there, including my cat Misty. This is why I posted this video as a warning and a plea for help. The government has... Yesterday, I received a threatening email and multiple missed calls from the government and a pharmaceutical rep. They told me to take down the post and warned me that there will be dire consequences if I didn't, but I refused, knowing my rights and determined to share this information with you. Police stations turned me away. Homeless shelters cannot accept me. Ubers and taxis cannot pick me up. I'm completely alone. If you can see this video, please share it. Yesterday, I received a threatening email and multiple missed calls from the government and a pharmaceutical rep. They told me to take down the post and warned me that there will be dire consequences if I didn't, but I refused, knowing my rights and...
Hey, Shalom Akim Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Noise in the gospel, God loving at the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, you just saw this video by this TikToker, blogger, whatever you want to call her, going into the fact that she was bragging about getting the C-hip, the micro C-hip, which breaks itself down in Revelation 13:16. For those of you that have been tuning in, listening for years, we've been going into this prophecy and it's coming to pass, just as we, said it would, because the Lord has given us the understanding of these scriptures, man, and to bring them out, to teach and to edify, which is to build. Okay. Now, the next video, she claimed that they turned off her C-hip, okay, because she thought she was exercising her rights to free speech. Okay, and they basically put her in jail, basically, as far as with her purchases and stuff like that, meaning that she's not able to live a life like a citizen. Third was that she was getting threats from government officials to take down the posts and all this other stuff. Now, that's good and dandy, okay, because, I mean, I have a problem with that. And it's not the fact that what she's saying is a lie, because we do know that will be the case. Okay, Aaron Russo broke that down, that basically they could just turn off your information and basically they just ostracize you, which I do believe in that. But in her case, I'm thinking they set her up to do that. And I say that for one of several reasons. I could be wrong about it, but for whatever reason, I don't really see no sincerity or any type of urgency in her spirit to even be going through something like that. And second of all, you're overseas, whether it's China or whatever particular country that deals with social credit scores and so forth, you won't be able to openly speak out about these things without coming up missing or something happening to you. And third of all, I don't know when on the planet Earth it's mandatory that you get the C-hip yet. It's not mandatory yet. So even if it's just like a what you would consider a volunteering thing, and you speaking out against it, I don't really see them fucking with you yet until that comes. Now, that will happen, okay? We're not saying that what she's saying is a lie as far as the consequences of speaking out against it, but I think they set her up. I don't see no sincerity in her. I just don't. Some just telling me like, which they paid her off to do that shit. But that's the spirit of the Lord, because the Lord, he operates in strange ways, man. Because even if she is capping about what's happening to her, the fact that the Most High has allowed her to put that out there to show you what will happen if you do take this C-hip and you do not comply with Esau. So that's a double-edged sword, man. Okay, because you got this simpleton by the name of Naquam, Okay, and honestly, I never liked that guy in the first. Something just never was right about his spirit. He's just pumped up. He just pumped as hell, and he just pumped up with pride, and he think he knows everything, and clearly he don't know shit. He don't know the scriptures. Okay, he got a bunch of Migo type niggas following him, which he's the head one. You know, Apostle Tahar did a video, basically going into the old breakdown they did on the MOTB 666, and basically he put his foot in his mouth. Okay, in a roundabout way, he was explaining Revelation 13 and 16 without even knowing he was explaining it, because he said that it was so far-fetched and that we were winging it, specifying that, well, yeah, the buy and sell, you have to have the UPC, the Universal Product Code, which is the UPC code, or like the barcodes they scan when you go to the checkouts. They have 3 different types, okay? He said that they had thousands, but they only have 3 different types of UPC codes, man. Universal Product Code, okay? And basically he made it seem like it was far-fetched to have them to stick a C-hip in you in order for everything to be bound by that. But if you look at the video I just played, that's a clear indicator that this world is is going into that direction, man. I mean, anybody with a brain cells and anybody that can add 2 plus 2 or A, B, and C, they can clearly see that they're getting ready to start to C-hip people. You know what I'm saying? And Biden even brought it out back in 2005 when he was speaking to Justice Roberts. He basically stated they will rule on being able to put a microscopic tag in people, and you will rule on that, okay, when your tenure is over. And what are the chances that Biden basically signed, I believe, I was just listening to it, but basically Biden allowed the Congress or something like that, or some type of form of government, like over Janet Yellen or somebody like that, to actually pretty much set up the institutions to bring about the CBDC currency. So it makes sense, if he was the man that was so sure about this thing being a thing before the tenure, it makes sense that we possibly can see it roll out in his administration. Okay, if not, definitely his administration is pushing for it. And I mean, look at everything. Look at the economy. He's totally destroyed everything. Okay, you got 15-minute smart cities. You got the juice. You got the banking's collapse. I believe J.P. Morgan Chase just bought out like some bank. I think this is like the second largest bank or something like that they was talking about. I had it pulled up. Because I'm just going off sheer memory now. But I had it pulled up earlier because I was looking at it. Not this. Let's see if it pops back up. Your First Republican is the second largest bank to fail in U.S. history. Here's why it collapsed. And I think J.P. Morgan bought them out. But First Republican is the second largest bank. So that right there, man. Okay, this all the signs are leading to them putting this currency in you, or this new technology in you, Salakia. Okay, because once the economy collapsed, and I've been saying this since I came into the truth, when the apostles actually broke down Revelation 13 and 16, the spirit even hopped on me to say, well, yeah, it makes sense that during the time of a crash or a systematic crash, this would be what they're going to implement. That's why the young lady in the video basically specified that she couldn't buy or sell because they shut her shit off. Okay, and it just common sense. If you can't get it, then that's you. Okay, us here, we know what it's talking about, and we believe that this is going to be the case in a short while. And like Apostle Tara said, a lot of you niggas, you're going to put your foot in your mouth, man. Definitely you, Naquam. You got a lot of pride, man, and the Most High is going to humble you. And I bet you're going to get it together in that day. But this is the book of 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at verses 67. It says, behold, Yahweh himself is the judge, and fear him. Leave off your sins and forget your iniquities, and to meddle no more with them forever. So should the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble, okay? And we're praying that the Lord deliver us from this coming time, because we already know, man, once Esau get to go ahead, scriptures say that the devil coming down with great wrath. So Esau is in a hurry to get this thing out here, and he's going to come down. He's going to do whatever it takes in order to get you jakes chipped up, because he knows this is the end of his rulership, and he's going away forever after this. So he's going to try to take as many Israelites and people with him as he can. Okay, which is why this prophecy is nothing to take light. You see, you look at it as being, oh, we're just a chip, man. And y'all look at it because the mediocrity of it and how it sounds. You make a light thing out of it, but the scriptures say, well, all I get understanding. Okay, this is not a light thing. Okay, they're talking about Fed now being up and running by July 1st. That's literally fucking 2 months away. Okay, if you want to count, you can say 3 months because we in May 1st, but still, that's 4-8. That's literally 12 weeks away. Okay, you got 4 weeks in May, 4 weeks in June. Oh, so Salakia, no, I'm tripping. So really, that's 2 months away. So you got literally 8 weeks left from this thing to become fruition. And we're not saying that the CHIP is going to be mandatory July 1st. No, that's not what we're saying. But the steps and necessary provisions are being put into place in order for that to be a reality soon. Okay, so when they get the Fed now, it's just a matter of time before they start rolling out the CBDCs. So you can expect more tax, more bank collapse. You can expect more infrastructure or attacks on America's infrastructure. The war in Ukraine getting out of control, them sending more and more money and billions of dollars in aid to fully implode the economy, man. Okay, more train derailments, more food supply chains being halted. You can expect these things to come to pass and happen because this is the plan, man. Okay, and this is what we're trying to tell you, knucklehead Israelites out there, while you bucking up against us. You doing yourself injustice, not us. Because we know what it is, and we believe that the Lord is going to keep us from it. Because we see it coming. We're preparing our minds to say, you know what, the hell with it. We're going to do whatever it takes to survive this time. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai. So you Israelites out there, keep playing with the Lord, man. Okay. It says, but behold, your burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols, man. Being idle. In the Quam, you're idle. Okay. And idle doesn't necessarily just go into being still or just stuck. No, but you being complacent in your thinking. Okay. You being rebellious, man. And because of it, the Lord is going to allow you to be given over to that spirit, and you're going to be tempted. You're going to take the CHIP. Majority of you Israelites out there, you leaders, you're going to take it because, believe it or not, you got more camps out there that call themselves Israelites that teach against the CHIP being the mark of the beast versus teaching that it is, which is a dangerous thing, and it's a bad predicament for you. Okay, and it's a detriment to your followers. And if your followers had any type of common sense or decency about them, they wasn't all zombies, they would take heed to what we've been saying and research it and pay attention. Look around you. Okay? These banks are crashing, man. Inflation is going up. The hell you think the Fed rolls interest rates for? So this can happen because the higher the interest rates, the quicker the economy collapses, the quicker they can be justified on bringing in its currency. Then what you gonna say, bro? Oh, well, no, man, we didn't say. You ain't gonna come down and humble, like, you know what, we was wrong. You know, we repent. Hey, they were right. If you did that, more people would take a liking to you because they sense humility, man. Okay, believe it or not, people ain't always overly dramatized by pompous people. They like people that can take the low sometime. And if you took the low, your congregation, man, if they are in the right spirit, they ain't going to look at you weird. But see, a lot of these guys, man, they want to be the head of something, and they want to sit on top. They want to be kings without putting in the work, man. Because if he'd take the low and say, well, look, yeah, the apostles was right, by default, he feel his fruit are going to go to the apostles. But so fucking what, man? Okay, you ain't going to be on you ain't going to be the top dude in the kingdom of heaven anyway. And technically, your fruit is of the apostles' fruit, man, out of 1 West, because they the one that's stuck with the true doctrine. So, hey, man, if you're trying to glorify yourself, this ain't the place to do it. Go do that somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, man, we all trying to get our penny. And at the end of the day, you make it, we all going to eat. Okay, ain't going to be no less important. You are the elect, you are the elect. And yeah, you're going to have men on different levels. But, hey, we all going to be good in the kingdom. It ain't going to be no envying in the kingdom. Oh, this brother got a bigger portion than me. I want a 144 too. We ain't going to have that mindset, man. But you guys don't know that because you're carnal. And it says here, and they that consent to them, which a lot of you are going to consent by default because the spirit of the Lord ain't going to put that stability on you. It says, and there should be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, man. Okay. And it says here, and they should be taken, be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, man. So this is coming to a time that they're going to do this through bloodshed. Okay. It's going to be put out by force. And we in them times, man. Okay. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to allow Esau to do what he has to do to get his ass out of here. And a lot of you going to be looking stupid when you realize that this prophecy, the whole time we had it right. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. And that young lady, she wasn't killed physically, you know what I'm saying? Probably not yet, but she was still killed in a way that's doing away with our livelihood, because eventually if you starve somebody out and you allow them to rot away, they're going to die. Okay, if I can't go to the supermarket and go and get food or grow my own food, or if I'm being policed and I start that means basically they aided in you, they allowed you to die. Okay, and the word goes into let me do this.
Strong's G 615.
Apartino.
Apartino.
Okay, that's the Greek word of saying killed, and it goes into to kill in whatever way. It says to kill in any way, whatever. Hey, starving somebody out, okay, kicking them off the grid, not allowing them to partake in the festivities of society. That's another way. You know, just like if you taking care of a sick person and you allow them to deteriorate because you wasn't feeding them, let them die. Basically, you're responsible for that murder indirectly. And it says to destroy or to allow to perish. And a lot of people, they not even going to bother with trying to just put a gun to them, because they're going to have so much fighting on their hands trying to combat this thing and people rebelling against it. They just can say, you know what, as many people as we can turn off, we just going to turn them off and let their ass die off. That's another way of killing, you know. And basically, she's in that predicament now if she's telling the truth. Because I think she's paid to do. Like I said, I don't sense no sense. Something about her just don't add up. But what she is saying is happening will happen to people. And I know that for a fact because the scriptures goes into it. It says to inflict mortal death, to extinguish, to abolish. Okay, when you abolish somebody, you can ostracize them, you can kick them off, okay, or you can just put them to death. It says to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life, and procure eternal misery in hell, which they going off on that, okay. But it says, and causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads. That's the RFID CHIP. Okay, that no man might buy or sell, save either had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And when you listen to that pathetic attempt of a breakdown, that 5-hour case of bullshit he was spewing, because that's all it was a bunch of emotional bullshit. He was ranting like a fucking woman, you know. And they say when you lose the battle, you get to throwing, you know, slanderous attacks. He got to bringing out accusations on us and what he think we do because he couldn't win the battle because he was basically confounded. He confounded himself. Fucking idiot, you know. And I ain't even trying to be on that with him, but it just, these guys, they're nerve-wracking, man, you know. And these guys swear up and down, they on a level and they're not. But regardless of that, they never really go into the aspect of buying and selling, because how the hell can you buy and sell with sin? Okay. Even embargo, you have some form of commerce, even with embargoes for businesses and so forth. That's even more acceptable than saying sin. But how can you buy and sell with sin? Like, we're still trying to figure this out, because the buying and selling part is simple. Economic crash, bam, here you go. RFID/CBDC, whatever they want to call it. There you go. Digital means, right? That's why everything is going digital. Okay, being digital will justify them on passing the CHIP, because the CHIP is a digital means of transferring money. Okay, the CHIP is basically a medium to your transactions, man. It's just another form of what you can use. It's just like a credit card, but it's basically in a form of a CHIP. It's like a digital social security card with your banking information on it, with your health or your doctor information on it, with your livelihood, your address. It has everything. It's basically a digital social security card encrypted with the credit card or a debit card, all on a computer chip. Makes sense. They just putting it in you for convenience. It just makes sense, and that's the medium to buying and selling. Like when you go to a store and you put your card in a chip reader, that monitor is the medium to get the transactions read and approved through digital means. Okay, it's that fucking simple, man. It's not hard. It's just that simple. It's clear. It's 1, 2, 3. It's ABC, man. But according to these niggas, 2 + 2 = 5. Okay, and that's why most are going to destroy a lot of these Israelites, man. And good riddance to them, you know. Good riddance. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna shed a tear for when the Most High gets rid of you dudes, man. Because you ain't sincere anyway. Nigga come in 8-9 years and swear up and down. He's just a master teacher. No, there's always things to learn in this thing. You know, even the apostles are still learning. So you ain't on no level, man. All right. And it says here that no man might buy and sell save he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom, and let him understand and count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man. And its number is 603 score and 6. You know, going into the universal product code. Okay, this man revolves his system around commerce and traffic, man. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Ezekiel, because this seals the deal right here. Ezekiel, I think it's Ezekiel, not 28. Yeah, yep, Ezekiel 28. And I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel, and there is no secret that they can hide from thee. And with thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast got thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. And by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. So the commerce, okay, the aspect of the particulars of the supply chains and so forth, okay, the embargoes, the governments and so forth like that. Transactions and like America itself, hospitality and food and hospitality is one of the most, outside of the real estate market, food and hospitality is probably one of the top grossing or the top profitable business in Esau's kingdom. Okay, bread and circus, hospitality. Everybody needs food, and where you go enjoy your food at particular in particular places like hotels, restaurants, you know, because people like to be in comfort when they eat, you know, like when you go watch a football game or a title boxing match or something like that, you want to look at it in the best format. You want to do X, Y, and Z because bread and circus, you know, hospitality, food, very lucrative here. So it makes sense that Esau can use the same thing by digital means and set up the C-Hib. It's not hard, you know, but I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.